This is a Monstera I gave my auntie, and despite my best efforts to stake it perfectly, if you're not managing and maintaining how this plant is actually climbing up its pole, it's not going to give you the look that you want. She's resorted to tying the petioles to the stake, and that's not actually what you want to do. This is a leaf, this is the petiole. You don't want to tie the petioles, you want to make sure that you're only tying this part, the stem of the plant. On top of it being essential that we know the anatomy of a plant, my aunt also needs to understand exactly which parts that she needs to tie to the stake so that the plant doesn't get too out of control. These sections here are the stem of the plant. This is what we need to continually tie to the stake or pole of the plant. If we get this right, your plant can grow mostly upwards using more vertical space than horizontal. Tying the stem will also give you larger leaves and more fenestrations if you have good lighting. These are the petioles. They attach the stem to the leaf. The biggest mistake you can make is assuming that tying the petioles will give you the support you need for a larger plant. They will not. These are here to move your leaves into a better position to get more light. Restricting them will mean less light. Here's another example. This is a leaf, and this is a petiole. Now there are leaves on this stem, and they're all attached by the petiole. The longer you let your plant grow without attaching the stem to the stake, the more the stem will harden off, making it extremely challenging to fix this later. So I know this is looking a little bit odd right now, but with more work tying the stem to the pole, eventually it'll start climbing in a more upright fashion, going this way, which in the long run will result in a better overall look for the plant. 6 months later, and my aunt's Monstera has produced a bunch of new leaves. The stem is in a worse position and she's really hating how it looks. Two things happen. Number one, she keeps turning the pot, and secondly, she hasn't tied any of the new stem sections to the pole for at least 3 new leaves. To show you exactly what you're looking for, I'll show you on a much smaller plant. This is a new leaf. You follow the petiole all the way down to the stem. On a brand new leaf, only this section right here is what you need to focus on. This will be the new stem section that needs to be tied to the support pole. So get your Velcro plant tie and wedge it in between the last petiole and the new one. Get as low as you can and tie the new stem section. If your leaf is brand new and just came out, you might not be able to get to that new section right away. The petiole sheath is still in the way and you might do damage trying to create that space. So wait a few weeks and you should be good. Now to reset this Monstera that has already gotten away from the pole, you should untie everything that you've done and try to move the newest leaf back into position on the pole. Tie back what you can, even if it's the newest petiole, and work towards training it back to the pole. It might be a long process, but using the same techniques of tying the new stem sections as close to the pole as you can, you should eventually be able to correct its growth pattern.